Martin, Executive Director, founder of Geekletes.
Goodday2K / and defender, small forward.
How are you guys doing? Roger Caneda, Dallas Mavericks, esports manager / Mavs gaming general manager.
Okay, so sorry to the viewers in regards to going in and out of Steven's videos. He's a really good player, a really good individual in itself. But I'm allowing him to be able to give some good dynamics on what's going on in the sense of his gameplay. So, Steven, talk to us about your last game. What was it like? You're good, you're bad, something that you can improve on, something that you need to, and to work on in regards to your teammates, the camaraderie, all of those dynamics.
I think we won by like 8 points, so it was relatively close the whole game.
Okay.
I'm really enjoying the slash and defender at the small forward.
For sure.
I feel
you haven't went back at all, so
I'm 4-2 on the day so far, so
that's awesome.
It's been more positive than negative. One of the negatives that I have though, sometimes some teams struggle with offense, and to have another guy who's not a half-court offensive guy
for sure
is a bit of a struggle. So we do need to try to compensate with the players who are offensive primary.
For sure.
But overall, just playing good defense, being able to get some quality stops with the stick defense goes a long way, turns into transition buckets for our teams. And since we're not strong half-court offensive teams with the randoms, those end up being the best buckets we can get.
Exactly, for sure. You're the second person that's told us about an actual change in their archetype. And they're really loving it from that dynamic. Do you ever see that there may be another archetype that even better than the one you have? And if there's something that's close to it, what would it be?
Oh, I'm always up for change. Some kind of, it depends on the position, to be honest with you. Whatever position I'm at, there's always room for improvement. And I can find strengths in any situation I'll get put in.
For sure. So what's your perspective of Combine so far?
Combine, I'm enjoying the sliders. Because it's a lot closer to realistic. For sure. I'm enjoying people not having a Hall of Fame diamond badge and the shooters knocking everything down.
That gets boring.
I'm having some difficulty on the games that I lose based on players not giving a full contribution to the march for victory.
Okay. Have you had a lot of individuals without mics?
Today, not as much.
Okay.
Probably
sure.
I'm averaging maybe about one guy on the team a day without mics.
For
and
sure.
most of them point guards have been having mics today. Thank
Thank
you
you
all for putting your microphone on, especially as a point guard.
For sure.
So that's why things have been working out, man.
Awesome.
I'm having a good day.
So, now, to the viewers out here, he's been very consistent on coming out to the space. So if you guys don't know, we have an arena here in downtown Dallas, and it gives the attendees, the prospects, a better opportunity to be able to not only compete, but also show their personality and their thoughts and views in regards to this whole dynamic NBA 2K League. And so I always ask Steven a question, and it always is on the realm of, if you had one question to ask the manager, what will be that question? And so lucky today we have Roger of the Dallas Mavs Gaming. So from that perspective, you have that opportunity, bro.
All right, I got a good question. If you were to and I don't know if you have intentions on doing this or not, but if you were to put together a team based on a legendary basis, like the '98 Bulls or 2003 Spurs or something, would you put together a legendary team like that? And if so, what type of team would you build your team off of?
I mean, that's a hard question because you're comparing 2K to a real life team that's very different, I feel like, right? Mm-hmm. But if we're looking at what type of team I would put together, I would want to put together a team where I think it's more like the Bulls style, where you don't have a whole bunch of superstars, right? We have people like Scottie Pippen. Oh yeah, he was a superstar, but he wasn't a scorer. He was a defender. He was a defending mastermind, right? So I think having dynamics to things like that is very important, right? Where you have a defensive, lockdown that's going to be that player that people know about because he's locking down the best player in the game, right? Mm-hmm. Then you have your scorers, your per scorers that who's going to score no matter what, like Jordan. And then So I think I would definitely want to put my team around a team like the Bulls or something of that nature. But I also think it's very hard to identify players of that nature. I also think it's hard to even get that type of caliber in the first season with only 102 players getting drafted, right? So I think as years prolong, we'll start identifying superstars and people that have talents like that. But I think year 1, year 2, you're just going to see a lot of different dynamics and people trying to figure out who they are, us trying to figure out who we are, and people trying to identify the character. So I think that's definitely something in the next couple of years you'll start seeing because people will start creating their personalities, their skill sets, and how they interact with others. So I definitely think that you could resemble other teams in the real NBA side, but I also think that it's hard to really identify that right now. But definitely something I would look into, and if any team that I would want to mimic, it would definitely be the '89 Bulls, probably. Yeah.
Man, you do not know how accurate and well put together you answered that question from his liking, right? So we asked this question, and he said the same thing, the Bulls. And this individual is a defensive monster.
Yeah.
In regards to Dennis Rodman. So,
Dennis Rodman.
like you just pinpointed. So how do you feel about that answer?
It's a great answer. I enjoy the answer. Obviously, I would love for you to say, today we're going to build the Bulls, and I want the best defenders out there right now.
I definitely want the best defenders right now. That's 100%.
That's awesome.
But what type of defenders get in the draft? I don't know, right?
For sure.
I don't know these answers. A lot of people think that I'm out here choosing who's getting in the draft, and we're not. We're literally here waiting to see who's getting in, right?
For sure.
It's
That's
just
awesome.
it's just up to you guys to make it, man. I know everyone's working hard, and the reality is a lot of people won't. I mean, look at the percentage. I mean, it's like, what is it like? I don't even know. I don't even know the number, but it's a small percentage, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot bigger though than other people think, because you got to understand the 72,000. There's probably maybe 30 or 40 now, maybe if not maybe less, right? I don't know. I'm just saying what I think. I definitely think at least half either dropped, done, or if they are playing, they're not making it anyways, right? So I think it's interesting. I think there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of guys to make it. I don't know if it's because I'm here in Dallas physically seeing the competition and I'm always engaging with you guys, but I think that Dallas definitely has a market where we could see 2 to 3 guys that from the city get drafted.
Yeah,
It just depends how you guys perform and if you put up those numbers.
Exactly.
So
that's perfect. So we don't want to keep your time. We still got about
hour and a half
to go. Keep competing. Thank you for your dedication, man. It's very appreciative. I hope you got that question now. I know it's been that's awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, awesome. Thank you, gentlemen.
For sure.
We'll
Thank
see you after.